What's going on, beautiful people? Today we're going to talk about how to get through your first week alcohol free. Now, I'm making this video out there for all my minor to heavy drinkers out there. If you're heavy or severe, this might not be the video for you. There will be some valuable information in this video, but if you're at the level to where you need to see a doctor to sober up and quit drinking alcohol, then see a doctor. That being said, this is for everybody else. Who am I? I'm just a man who tried probably 100 different times to cut back my drinking, quit drinking. I made every excuse in the book to rationalize my drinking. I would only drink on weekends. I would only drink on events or birthdays. I would only drink after a 30-day no alcohol cleanse and blah, blah, blah. You name it. I've basically tried it. And I finally got to the point where now I don't even look at alcohol. I'm over 2 years sober. And was I an addict or an alcoholic? No. I definitely had a problem with my drinking. Definitely had an unhealthy relationship with the substance. But I wasn't an addict. I wasn't an alcoholic. I was just somebody who didn't want to drink anymore. And I saw how detrimental and destructive alcohol was for me. So I went on this journey and I finally got to a point where I'm healthy, I'm happy, I'm the man I want to be. And I want everybody to get to that point. And that's what quitting drinking has done for me. So let's get started on our guide, guys. So if you're here, you were probably questioning alcohol in your life, your relationship with alcohol. Maybe you're just tired of those wasted days hungover. Maybe you're spending too much money. Maybe you're making poor decisions under the influence. Maybe you just don't feel healthy. Maybe you're fatigued and run down. Maybe your mental health is shit. Maybe you're depressed, sad, lonely. Maybe you're using alcohol to cope with stress poorly. Maybe you need alcohol to have a good time. Maybe you can't have fun without a drink in your hand. Maybe the only thing fun to you is going out to the bars. Whatever it is, guys, whatever brought you here, whatever journey you're on, whether you're trying to just cut back on your drinking or you're sober curious and want to see what it's like to live without alcohol, or maybe you just really need to get this shit out of your life, I hope this video helps. Let's get into it. Because, guys, honestly, everything I just said were issues that I personally dealt with. So I'm kind of a veteran at like dealing with all of the above. But I wanted to put something out there that's free, that could help anybody who's trying to undergo this journey and go through their first week alcohol free and hopefully longer than that, because the longer you go without alcohol, the more and more benefits come and the better you feel. And guys, like, every day is a good day now. Like, no hangover days, no wasted days. I love it. Like, you can see the energy in my eyes. So first week, guys. So I'm going to tell you what to avoid, first of all. So first things first, you got to start with the mind, guys. Where the mind goes, the body will follow. All battles are won in the head first. And you got to tell yourself that, yes, this is something you can do. It's not easy to do. Alcohol is a very addictive substance. Even if you're only drinking it once a week, sometimes that's enough for you to have cravings for the substance, for you to want it. But the good news is that those cravings do go away. So I would say, starting off, guys, whenever you start off doing anything, for some reason, we are just very tempted to go on a binge the night before. Let's say tomorrow I'm doing 30 days no alcohol, or tomorrow I'm going to quit alcohol forever, or tomorrow I'm going to do 1 week no alcohol. You are probably going to be very tempted to go out and drink the night before, and you're probably going to be tempted to binge. I would frequently go out and I would drink the night before I would start my 1 week, 1 month sober, indefinite sober, like, you name it, I basically did it. But I would always go out and I would get shit faced the night before starting to change my life for the better, the night before trying to implement healthier things for myself. I would go out and I would get shit faced, and it would kind of defeat the purpose. So I'd go out, I'd get hammered, I'd have, like, I don't know, 10 drinks, 15 drinks, who knows, guys. And if you weren't wondering about my drinking behavior, it was all over the place, guys. Sometimes I would say maybe I drank 4 or 5 nights out of the week. Wine was on the grocery list. Sometimes a couple glasses of wine before bed. It's something I needed to go to sleep. Didn't need it. Sleep way better now, by the way. Or I'd be going out. I'd go out to the bar, or I'd go out partying with friends and go on these massive binges where I'm drinking like 10, 15 drinks and just the craziness. You name it. I basically did it. So before starting the journey, I would kind of shoot myself in the foot, because I would go out and I would have a crazy, crazy binge. And you do that because in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm never going to ingest this substance again. It's going to be a forbidden fruit for me. I don't want to drink anymore. So let me go out and just get it out of my system on one night. But alcohol doesn't work like that. It just reinforces the pattern. You just end up having more cravings. Then you start your first day alcohol-free hungover in bed with a bottle of Pedialyte and watching some Netflix. And that's it. Maybe you DoorDash some food if you can even eat. I probably half the time couldn't even eat. I was so hungover. And then that would bleed into a second day. So my advice to you guys, if you do go out on that binge, because it is tempting, especially when you want to quit drinking. And I'm not telling you to not do it. Sometimes it's something that needs to be done, but you want to do it because you feel like you are losing out on something that is valuable. So recondition your brain that alcohol isn't valuable to you anymore. You have outgrown the substance. It no longer fulfills you. It doesn't serve its purpose. You feel shitty drinking. You don't need it anymore. And once that started to register for me, I finally got to this point where I didn't feel like I needed to go out on a binge the night before I was starting my day one. Although I think last time, actually, yeah. My last drinks actually, well, I remember I was at an airport. I had a shot of whiskey and one Dos Equis, and that was it. That's the last time I ever drank, guys. And it's kind of wild to think about it because I think like 4 or 5 days prior to that, I went on a massive binge. I was hungover for like 3 or 4 days in bed, and then I was tempted to go out and and drink more than just that. But that was it. I just had one shot of whiskey, one Dos Equis, and I'm like, all right, I'm done. I don't want to be this man anymore. Let's move on. So if you are someone who binges, don't beat yourself up for those 1 to 2 days wasted in bed, starting out this new journey. It's okay. Get your Pedialyte, get your rest, and when you're mentally prepared, start fresh with your day one. But don't beat yourself up, guys. That's another thing too. That leads to spiraling. Studies show that those people who are able to forgive themselves are more likely to succeed and not repeat the same failures. So if you beat yourself up and you feel like a failure because you went back out drinking or you relapsed or you got 1 week sober, 10 days sober, 30 days sober, 2 months sober, then you went out with your friends and you got hammered and now you feel like a failure, stop. I'm telling you, stop, because that will lead to you drinking more. You're going to spiral out. So accept it for what it is. Accept that you went out, you drank, and get back on the horse, guys. Keep quitting till you quit. Like I said, mindset is everything when it comes to, bettering your life. It really is. Like, keep quitting till you quit. Don't beat yourself up for the failures. I got a notepad here. So, yes, you'll be tempted to binge, and that's okay. 2, have a plan, my friends. Have a plan. I will share to you my plan on how I quit drinking. And honestly, I just did a bunch of research, guys. I was watching a lot of YouTube videos like you're watching now. I was realizing that every time I would quit drinking, I would just be really depressed, really sluggish, no energy, no motivation, no joy for life. Everything felt just, I don't know, like dull to me. And I kind of attacked it from a different angle, like, hey, I'm going to do the necessary things to repair my brain chemistry. So that way my brain goes back to being a normal brain that doesn't need alcohol to feel joy and pleasure and happiness. And I don't need that dopamine from booze to be happy. Now I'm just happy regularly. And it all started out with a really basic routine, guys. And I'll tell you, my basic routine when I quit drinking was I'm going to get up. I think it was like brush my teeth, a small win. I started the day with a very small win, so I feel good about myself. And then I would go for a walk. And it was like maybe 5-10 minutes. Sometimes I push for like 20 minutes. On a good day, maybe I get up to like an hour. But the research shows, you move your body, blood flows, you stimulate dopamine. I was outside, so I was getting sunlight, dopamine, happiness, positivity. So we have this little win, brushing my teeth, something very simple. 2, went out, went for a walk, created a little momentum for myself, got a little sunlight. I would feel a little better after these walks, actually. Sometimes I have a cup of coffee and I'd go on my walk, and it was actually a nice, pleasurable time. If you work in the morning, go on your walks in the afternoon, go at night, fit it into a schedule that works for you. Moving your body makes you feel healthier and happier. And guys, like, it started off with me just walking for like 5-10 minutes out in the sunlight. Now, first thing I do in the morning, I go to the gym. I'm in the gym 2 to 3 hours working out. That might sound hardcore to you, but that's what that little habit has built up to. And now I'm feeling all the benefits to my body from like massaging out in the dry sauna, working out my legs, my arms. I'm looking good. I'm getting leaner. I'm feeling good. I got all this dopamine from working out. But it all started with a very little habit, going for a walk. Very simple, getting some sunlight. Very simple stuff, guys. So brush your teeth, go out for a walk, and then I would finish my walk and I would meditate. And at the time, meditating was so damn hard for me. I could get through maybe, like, it was hard to get through 5 minutes. So I would meditate for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, make it as easy as you need to make it. There's plenty of guided meditations on YouTube, and I would just meditate based on how I was feeling. If I was feeling angry that day, I'd do meditation for angry. If I was feeling lonely, I'd do guided meditation for loneliness, guided meditation for sadness. Like, make the system work for you. But I did set aside some time to meditate every single day. And now that little meditation habit, I meditate now 30, 40 minutes, sometimes an hour. And I do this hardcore meditation, like the Wim Hof style. Very great for managing anxiety, your stress, your responses. Like, a lot of research behind it. I'm not going to go too in depth now, but like, long story short, my little 5 minute meditations now, sometimes I meditate for 40 minutes to an hour, and it's not out of obligation. It's because I want to. That's time for me. That's time to sit with my thoughts. That's time for me to be at peace. That's time for me to reflect on my core values and my character. And I even sometimes hold my breath for up to 5 minutes. It's part of the meditation. Don't freak out. But how cool is that? I can hold my breath for 5 freaking minutes doing this meditation, guys. And like that will get you literally high off life. Like, the Wim Hof meditations make me feel so good, and there's no hangover. It's just joy. It's dopamine. I feel freaking great. So that's a basic routine. I could go more into depth, and honestly, I think I'm working on starting up a little sobriety course to help people quit drinking. I think it's my mission. It's something I want to do. If that's something you'd be interested in seeing, leave a comment down below, and I might actually work on designing something like that. I don't know how I'm going to figure out the details yet, but I want to include stuff like this for you guys, so that way you can use it. So feel free to copy my routine, but also coming back full circle onto that, the fact that you need a plan, guys, is that you need a plan. What are you going to do when your friends invite you out? You need to just stay home for 3 months and not be social for a little bit and take care of you, because that's okay. I did that. It was hard for me to go out and go to the bars with my friends. Now I can do it. I drink my water, sometimes a Coke, sometimes a Topo Chico. My friends are doing shots, soju bombs, sake, whatever. Like, it doesn't bother me anymore. And I don't even want to drink anymore because I want to wake up and I want to go attack the day. I want to go to the gym. I want to take care of me. I want to work on my YouTube channel. I want to work on like my business. I want to be a better man. I want to go out and find my wife one day. Like, there's so much energy now I didn't have when I was a drinker. So make sure you have a plan. Are you going to miss out on your social time? If you do go out, what are you going to drink instead of a cocktail? Do you need to have a mocktail because you don't want to feel the social pressure? Maybe get a Diet Coke with a lime in it. Tell the bartender, hey, put some mint leaves in that. And then honestly, that's actually pretty good. Diet Coke with some lime and mint leaves, like, very refreshing, very tasty. You can do regular Coke if you want. It really doesn't matter, but you need to have a plan, because if you don't have a plan, then you're planning to fail. I'm going to say that one more time. If you don't have a plan, you are planning to fail, and it doesn't have to be a perfect plan. Like, my plan wasn't perfect. I just didn't know what to try, so I put something together. Like, you can brush your freaking teeth. It takes 2 freaking seconds. You can create that little win for yourself that spirals into bigger wins, and then years down the line, your habits go way further than they ever did. Like that 10-minute walk, 3-hour workout, that 5-minute meditation session, 40-minute meditation, holding my breath for 5 freaking minutes, going after life, killing it. I want that for you guys. So make a freaking plan, stick to it. It doesn't have to be a perfect plan. And that's the thing. You don't need perfect to do this. You just got to keep trying. You got to keep getting back on the horse. Even if you fail, if you quit, don't give up. Keep quitting till you quit. That's part of the process, because your brain is wired habitually to do the things you've always done. And if you've always been a drinker and drinking is your coping mechanism, it's going to take some time to undo that. Be gentle with yourself, guys. And not even like this first week, but like this first 3 months, this first year, these first 2 years, there are moments you're going to have to come back and forgive yourself, be gentle to yourself, treat yourself like you're your own best friend, and be like, hey, it's okay. Today's a rough day, but I got this. So make a plan, my friends. Oh, and sleep. I want to talk about sleep too, because I was a drinker. Like, once 5 o'clock rolled around, that was like a trigger for me. 5 o'clock, like, yes, it's time to drink. Let me unwind. Let me have some wine. Let me have a few beers. And when that time would come for me, I would want some alcohol. I would play some video games and I would drink some booze, and that was like my bedtime routine. And it's led to me being almost a person who needed a few drinks to try and fall asleep. But, pro tip, if one drink of alcohol is enough to ruin your REM sleep for a whole night, so you don't even get the restful sleep you need. You don't get the restful sleep to be a healthy, happy human being if you have alcohol. Sorry, like, it's an anesthetic. Your brain will turn off, but you are not getting the regenerative, restorative, quality sleep that you get normally when you drink. So for me, I was doing different things, guys. I was mixing up like a little bit of magnesium powder before bed. Sometimes it'd be a bag of chamomile tea, sometimes a Benadryl. Have a option to try to get through those first 7 to 10 days, because your sleep will actually get a lot better. Like, it's really hard to sleep those first like week or two, especially if you drink regularly before bed like I did. You're going to get poor quality sleep, and when you're getting poor quality sleep, you're tired and you're more likely to just go back to your old patterns, your old behaviors. So try chamomile tea, Benadryl, magnesium powder. There's plenty of supplements out there. I'm not endorsing anything, I'm not affiliated with anything. I'm just telling you things that I tried that worked for me, so I could get a little sleep, so I can stay on this horse and ride it out. And then have a plan, guys. Have a freaking plan for those hard moments, for those stressful moments that show up. Because fun fact about me, I don't know why the story's popping into my head now, but I was 16 days on my alcohol-free journey, telling myself I don't want to be this man anymore. I don't want this thorn in my side. I don't want this crutch. I don't want this dependency. I don't want this in my life anymore. I don't like who I am when I drink. Day 16, my ex-girlfriend at the time ghosted me. And I remember that was a huge trigger for me. Like, I didn't realize I was ghosted at the time. I thought we were just having a little fight. And then I realized, like, wow, this is done. She blocked me on everything. And it was on my 16th day sober. And I was just like, the trigger, like my heart started racing. I started sweating. And my first thought was, I need to go to the bar. I need to go to the liquor store. I want to get a bottle of vodka and just take like 5, 10 shots so I don't feel these miserable feelings. Whew, thank God I stopped myself. Like, it was such a hard moment for me, because all I wanted to do was go back to my coping mechanism: booze, alcohol, the comfort. Let me numb it. Let me numb the pain. I don't want to feel shit. And that was some fucked up shit to feel. Like, I'm sorry. Like, whoo, whoo. I'm getting livid now. I've processed it. It's fine. And in all fairness, I wasn't the man I was today back then. I had my own issues I was working through. I wasn't this emotionally resilient, stable, strong man that you see right now on the camera. This wasn't me 2 years ago. So in all fairness, she did what she had to do. That's fine. No hard feelings. But holy fucking shit, I wanted to drink so damn hard. You know what I did, guys? I went for a walk. I'd already went for a walk that morning. I went for another freaking walk. I walked probably like an hour or two, and then I ended up on some park bench, and then I cried like a little bitch, dudes. I fucking bawled my eyes out on this public park bench for at least an hour, and it was the most miserable shit to feel, because not only was I going through this breakup with alcohol, I was also going through an actual breakup with the girl I was with for like over a year. So, whew, it sucks. Have a plan for those hard moments when life throws you a curveball. Don't go back to drinking. That's not what this is about. If you need to go for a walk and cry on a park bench, dudes, do it. Call your mom, call your sister, call your family. Go hang out with your friends, talk to somebody. Another thing I would do when I was stressed out is I would get a pillow and I would punch my pillow. Controlled aggression, controlled rage, because I would be frequently frustrated, because I would want to drink. I would want that booze. And I would just have to take it out on a pillow, guys. I would just go in my room. Nobody's around. I'm not making any commotion. I would get a pillow and I would just like pound the shit out of that pillow. Sometimes I'd grab the pillow and I'd just throw it on the bed. And I would do that until I was exhausted. And then I would just leave it at that. So have other ways to process your feelings and your emotions besides drinking. Have a plan, my friends. And just know, guys, rounding out this video, the physical symptoms of withdrawal and quitting drinking usually resolve in the first 7 to 10 days. That being said, that irritability, the sleeping issues, the physical symptoms of withdrawal, they don't last very long. The hard part of this is the psychological game and the mental game, like getting through the triggers, understanding the psychological side of things. That's the challenging part. That's the hard part. That happens after 7 to 10 days. I know this video is called Get Through Your First Week Sober. But I do want to give you a little bit of advice going into those following weeks. Guys, psychological game. It's all in your head. You're going to feel triggers. Certain things are going to make you want to drink. You're going to have those sad days, those low moments, but you got to tell yourself you got this. And I'm going to share this mindset that I adopted that got me through all of this bullshit and finally to the other side. And it was this, guys. I bought in and I made this deal with myself that I was going to feel as uncomfortable as I needed to feel until I felt better. So on all those shitty days when I felt like dog shit, when I was depressed, when I was sad, when I was lonely, when I didn't want to fucking do this anymore, when I wanted to go out, when I wanted to have that drink, I told myself, no, no, I am going to endure this discomfort for as long as it fucking takes. And every time something would come up, I would go back to this thought. I'm going to endure this discomfort for as long as it takes. And honestly, it didn't even take that long. Like, I started feeling a lot better. Like, the more time went by, the more better I felt. But I feel like after like 4 to 6 months, I was like crawling out of the haze. After that first year, I was like almost like reborn again. After 2 years, I like the difference is drastic. Like from 1 year, it was still kind of soon, but 2 years alcohol free, like I am on another level. Like my vibration went from like here to all the way up here, and it's still going up. That's the crazy part, guys. So tell yourself you can do this. Be uncomfortable for as long as it takes. These cravings, these urges, the social pressure, endure it, my friends. And the more you endure it, the easier it gets. Neuroplasticity, you can rewire your brain, you can rewire your habits. 5 o'clock rolls around every day now, and I don't even think about drinking anymore because I've scratched the record in my brain. That record that used to say like 5 o'clock, let's drink. After not drinking at 5 o'clock for so many times, my brain deleted that old programming. And now my brain is on another level where it's like, oh, I guess we don't drink at 5 o'clock anymore. It's not even a trigger. It doesn't make me want to drink anymore, guys. And that only happens with time and consistency. So endure the discomfort. You're going to feel bad for as long as it takes, but you're going to make it to the other side. Your brain is going to heal. It's going to rewire itself. There's plenty of things you can do. Your habits, gym, meditation, eat healthy, intermittent fasting, work out, prayer, say a prayer to your higher power, whatever you need to do, guys. Like, you're going to make it to the freaking other side, and you're going to be so much better for it. And I want that for you. I love you guys. I hope this inspires some of you out there. I hope you found some value in this video. Remember, guys, keep quitting till you quit, and don't ever give up, guys. Failure is temporary. Failure is temporary. And you're going to get to the other side. You're going to be better for this, my friends. I love you. I will see you on the next one. Stay strong, friends. Have a plan. Get after it. Keep quitting till you quit. I will see you on the other side. Bye.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Gotta build up of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way.